Welcome everyone to YouTube on our channel, Two Men in a Room podcast. It's August 24th, 2023. We welcome everyone watching live or watching later on. Feel free to comment, like, share this video to all your friends, family, perfect strangers all across the world. We're looking to get our views up, get our subscribers up. Our magical number right now is at 31. Once we hit 50 subscribers, we will hold a contest where one of you lucky patrons will receive a wonderful gift from us. So, how the contest works is once we get to the magical number 50, we'll let everybody know, and everyone who's watching can comment on a specific video that we're going to name. And then we'll take those people that commented, put their name in a bag, and we'll pick a winner out. And they will get a special prize from us. So you still got a chance if you tell somebody else to subscribe to win, because they may not comment and you may comment and you may win. So be sure to tell everyone, get everybody on board, and that contest will start as soon as we get to that magic number. And tonight we want to offer our greatest thanks to our sponsor. And who's our sponsor tonight? Why, that's Mare Cycle Parts. Check out Mare Cycle Parts eBay store. They have a wide assortment of motorcycle parts, and they tell me they are adding a few extra other little toys, hobbies, things that you could check out and see if you like it and bid on there. And if you don't find anything that you like there, you can always email them at marecycleparts@gmail.com right there. And you can let them know you have a request for something, and they can let you know if they'll be able to get that part. But the guys seem all revved up and ready to go with business. So let them know what you need, and they'll be able to find it. So thank you again, Mare Cycle Parts, for sponsoring tonight's show. If you'd like to sponsor the show, or you have a special announcement you want to put on the show, contact us at the email below, and we'll be able to take it from there, and we'll get your special announcement or your company sponsored onto the show. And we'll be able to announce it just like we did with Mare Cycle Parts, and let everybody in this fine community know what kind of services you offer and where they can get those services at. So it's a wonderful show we're getting into. We got some great topics tonight. Our first topic is, what should you expect for retirement? What's a good windfall? What's a bad windfall? But my co-host, because I am Anthony from Orlando, my co-host has all the details.
All right. I'm Vernell from Orlando. Also, thank you for joining. Whether you join now, watch later, we greatly appreciate it. And we say thank you. So this particular topic that came up last week, I want to say, with a individual allegedly went where he retired from Burger King. He did 27 years at Burger King, never missed a day, and never called out sick in 27 years. The problem that I have with this story is that...
Okay, so what did he get for his retirement from Burger King?
That's the problem I have. They gave him a goodie bag. He got a hat. He got a mug. I think a keychain, and they didn't announce everything that was in the bag. So I guess he told his daughter, hey, this what Burger King did for me for my 27 years, allegedly. So she decided to put up a GoFundMe, and it raised over $400,000 for his retirement, which I feel that was great of the community, or the people that's wishing him a great retirement. I just think out of all the Flame Boy Whoppers that they flip, they should be glad somebody stayed at Burger King 27 years. How many people they could put on a platform and say, they worked at Burger King 27 years? That's what I want to know.
Not many people. I'm guaranteeing most people won't even spend 27 months there, but
correct.
So had Burger King offered something a little more than a goodie bag, would that have made up for it? Like, what do you think is a good retirement gift for 27 years?
Okay, so me personally, I feel when someone worked for you for 27 years, never called out, never missed a day. First of all, those two things alone, never called out or never missed a day, that goes a long ways. Because you have some people get their sick time and use it as soon as they get it.
Right. Some people schedule it ahead. Yeah.
I just feel like, Burger King got the money. I don't care if you give $500 per year. Okay. That's better than nothing.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't send them on a trip. They didn't do anything, allegedly. So I just feel like these companies have to appreciate those that put in so much time and effort into their company. At least show some kind of appreciation, thank you, something. And I know, this individual, he was a line cook and a cashier. Okay. He wasn't even a manager. So I just think his loyalty and his honesty to that company just validates him as he's like one out of 10, 15 people that gonna go to work on time and show his dedication. And I just think it's embarrassing that Burger King would allegedly give him a goodie bag. Like, that's cute. That ain't cute. There ain't nothing cute about a goodie bag after somebody done served their company 27 years.
Okay, so if he was to get $500 a year for 27 years, that comes out to $13,500.
Okay.
So
what's wrong with that?
That's not bad. We could round up to 20,000, but okay.
Right. But it's better than nothing.
27 years. I wonder if he ever wanted to become a manager.
Right. I thought about that, but I just think he was comfortable with what he was doing. And I'm pretty sure out of 27 years with Burger King, the ins and outs, management job and everything, 27 years. And when you could count on this one individual to come to work on time, that should speak a lot to them about this individual. Because you just don't get those people.
It says, does Burger King have a 401k? I don't believe they do for under middle management. So your store managers and assistant managers and cooks and regular restaurant staff, I don't think can get on the 401k.
Right. So if they full time, they should be able to. If they full time, they should be able to get 401k.
I don't think they offer it there.
I don't care if they offer I don't care if he was on 401k or not. 401k, push that to the side. We talking about loyalty here.
Okay.
So I ain't got my glasses on because I couldn't see who put up that comment.
Oh, that was Mary Jade.
Mary Jade, hey boo. And I understand we are responsible for our future and our retirement. We should have it all planned and mapped out. So, and I get that. But at the same time, for someone to dedicate their life to one company shows like he really cared about his job. And I just think a goodie bag is just not good enough.
There's two ways you can look at it. You could look at it as one, yes, he dedicated a quarter century of life to this company. And whether you were just a janitor, manager, CEO, you should have got something a little more than just a simple goodie bag. And I haven't heard anything from Burger King that says they gave them anything else. But secondly, I mean, you were 67 and you only worked as a fry cook. Like, you should have been like saving your money up and trying to get yourself into something a little better than
Well,
just simply sitting in a Burger King your whole time.
well, if that's what he was comfortable with doing, and
Right,
that's fine.
but a Burger King job isn't gonna make your life rich. You're not
Okay.
gonna become
Right.
you're
Okay, but
just gonna
still,
be sustained, you know?
I do not care. Let's just push all that to the side. The man dedicated 27 years to this company.
Right.
We can't even get nobody at our job to be on time. Talking about 27 years.
But what I say to that is like this kind of goes into the argument of, oh, the minimum wage needs to be higher. Well, the minimum wage is for minimum wage jobs, and you shouldn't be staying at a minimum wage job. You should be trying to get into it, get yourself back on track, and then get yourself into something better. So it's
Okay, but
like
who's to say he's not on track? I mean, we don't know that, right?
Well, I don't know.
By the simple story, they gave him a goodie bag, and that's not cool at all for 27 years. Never missed a day and never been late. That's not cool.
Well, I mean, here's my take on hearing everything that I'm hearing. Maybe he lived in a home that was maybe already paid off, or he rented somewhere where it was very low rent and he could afford everything on his paycheck. So he stayed where he was at. He probably got some raises along the way. I don't know. But he was making enough money to keep himself going. Now his daughter felt, yes, he should have got a lot more. So she put the GoFundMe up and was able to get the money. So
I get that. But that still don't rectify what Burger King did.
But Burger King probably didn't even realize he was retiring. Think of Burger King Corporation in Miami.
I don't care.
That the headquarters in Miami isn't gonna know what this guy in Ohio is doing.
No,
or wherever he is.
I do not.
They're not gonna know.
I don't care. So let's blame the management of that store, that restaurant, whatever you want to call that. Food
Okay.
Let's blame that. Okay, it was up to her or him to say, hey, we have a guy that's been here 27 years, never missed a day, never been late, that is going to retire.
Right.
What can we do for this individual?
Get a Publix cake.
No.
Those are good cakes, man.
No, Publix is very good cakes.
Publix got good cakes.
But
unless you want to go Sam's Club, which I've been told Sam's Club is pretty good.
We need more than the cake here. More than a cake. Because what I would have done, well, I can't say what I would have done, but with the goodie bag.
Well, I mean, he's a humble man, I guess, if he was
right. And it did pay off at the end.
Right.
But his daughter shouldn't have had to go to that extreme to get him recognized for what he done. It should have been management of that company, of that store. But I guarantee you, corporate level did know. They have to.
I don't know. I think if they knew, they might have done now maybe they would have, had a few people go to the store and do a little something more and maybe present a check, maybe $5,000. Again, I don't think it would have been something extravagant, but would have said, hey, here's us thanking you for your 27 years of being here and helping us through this. I think they would have done something like that.
Okay, 5,000. Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess, but
at a Fortune 500 company for 27 years, I think he would have been brought up at a meeting or brought in, and they would have given him way more than that. I don't know if they still do golden watches and all that stuff, but they would have done something a little more at a Fortune 500 company. But it's Burger King. he
You
was at a
cannot.
franchise store.
Well, I do
Sometimes
not care.
they don't see that all the time.
I do not care. It was up to the management of that store to let that higher ups know this is what's going on.
Well, I think we can agree that he should have got more from Burger King.
He should have got more from Burger King. Yes.
It shouldn't have taken the GoFundMe account to do it.
Right. And a goodie bag. You do. Let me get a goodie bag. I'm gonna say that. Just let me get a goodie bag.
I don't think you get a goodie bag, so I think it'd be all right.
I've been on my job.
Here's a good rule. This is why I have a rule. Never stay more than 7 years at one company. Well, there you go.
And
See?
who was that?
Mary Jade.
Mary Jade, let me tell you, baby. I've been on my job 15 years now. I never missed a day, and I never called out sick. I went to work sick, and they sent me home, but I never called out or never missed a day. So, and I just celebrated 15 years, knock on wood, thank God for that. But I understand some people have a rule of thumb. Some people don't last no more than 2 years. You saying 7 years. But I just think
the average right now is around 3 to 4 years at a company.
Right. So that means if I go based on those numbers, it's time for me to skedaddle.
Well, not yet, because we still need you over there. So, yeah.
It's time for me to skedaddle. It's time for me to hit the road, Jack, and don't turn back.
That's very admirable.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah,
Thank you, sweetheart. You know, I try my best.
So he seems
I get to work 4 to 5 minutes to an hour early every day.
Right. He does that.
And I stay along with everybody when it closes at 4:30. I just feel like a company should recognize all that and be grateful that they have certain individuals that's a great team player on their job and don't have to worry about it, because they didn't have to worry about this one individual, because on certain jobs, you got to worry about if this person going to call out, is this person going to be late, is this person going to come in, because you know them. Right. With this one individual, he was always, they could count on him no matter what the situation was. So they knew he was coming if nobody else did. You know, we got a Burger King down from our job. You know, they closed down half of the time because they ain't got no workers.
But they got one good worker who knows me every time I go to lunch. She knows me now. So
but you just said
I give her that. She's trying.
Okay, but you just said a key word, one.
The rest of them are rotating out, so we'll see how they do
right.
after a couple
So
months.
Burger King needs to stop it.
Yeah, you charged me $9 for a Whopper anyway, so what the hell?
And you know you don't mind using your Burger King app and all that to get your.
I need those bonus points to keep that price down.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
Anthony,
tell me what is going on at the movies, because
that was a winner. So now we're gonna get some opinions on some winners and losers. And we're going to go through, and I kind of want your take on, would you go see this movie or would you not see this movie?
Okay, let me have it.
Our first movie is going to be the biggest movie out right now. It's done 1.3 million globally. It's the Barbie movie.
You say 1.3 or
1.3 million globally. In the States, it's doing about 528 million. And actually, Margot Robbie is supposed to get an extra bonus check because of the performance of the movie that is said to be a couple hundred million by one estimate by the time it's done. So this is a big movie. So the Barbie movie, yay or nay? Would you go see it?
I'm not going to see no Barbie movie. You know that.
You're not going to see it?
I ain't stunned her. No,
very big movie.
No, ma'am. I'm not starting no Barbie. No, ma'am.
Okay, for me, it's a no too. So this one's gonna be a loser, and I'm just not into it. I was never really into it. I don't even know how you do a idea of this because the toy is based on using your imagination to do whatever. So use your imagination on the movie. And we got a vote from our audience. No way. I even hated Barbie as a kid. Okay. Just a lot of hate for Barbie on this show.
Yeah. Child, ain't nobody stun her.
Boy.
Let it go.
Okay, so our next movie up is another blockbuster, but second behind Barbie, Oppenheimer. So would you go see it or would you not go see it?
I haven't heard nothing about this. What this movie is based on?
Okay, this movie is based on the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the man who was able to figure out how to build the atomic bomb.
Okay, I just think this movie is for certain people that's interested in stuff like that. I don't care about that. I don't care how it was built. It does not matter to me. Okay, so that's a nay for me with this movie.
That's a nay for you?
Yeah,
okay,
that's a nay.
I'm giving it a yay.
Yeah, because you into that.
And I went to see it. So it was a great movie. Historical accuracy is pretty close with some stuff. They used it based on what he wrote in his book and what was actually on file for a lot of the government documents that were found on this project. And it's a little long, so make sure you use the bathroom before you go in and get all your snacks when you need it. But it was actually a really good movie and really exciting to see. So the next movie we're gonna check out is a new one that just came out last week, based on a superhero from the DC Comics, Blue Beetle. Is that a yay or a nay?
Well, does it have a lot of action going on in it?
It has a lot of action because it's pretty much a cartoon. Well, it's not. It's a live action of a comic book that was put out, I want to say at least 20, 30 years ago. I might be wrong on that, but
well, you know, I love a good action. But it got to grab me at the beginning of the movie. Because if it don't grab me at the beginning, then I don't know about all that. But I would say a yay on that one.
Yay? Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna say a nay. I'm gonna wait till it comes out of theaters and possibly catch it on one of the streaming services. I'm not too familiar with the character, so it doesn't excite me as much as like a Superman or Batman movie. So I'm gonna wait on that one. So that one's gonna be a mid on that one also. Okay. So we've got some other good movies coming up. So what do you think of The Equalizer 3, the third movie in the series, Denzel Washington?
You know I'm going to go see that in a heartbeat. I love me some Denzel. I love Equalizer 1 and 2. So hands down, that is a yay for me because I know Denzel going to do his thing. I know we talked earlier that it was time for him to sit it on down.
Well, yes. Go ahead. Anything else?
So, okay. I feel like if he playing his part up to par, what is the problem?
Oh, okay. So this one's a nay for me.
What? Are you crazy?
Yes.
Have you? Okay.
Denzel's kind of at the age where he can just kind of Morgan Freeman the rest of his career. Do some serious movies and go with that. And same with the Harrison Ford.
But wait,
you're done.
Harrison Ford looked like he can't do nothing. It's really time for him to sit it on down.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Equalizer 1 and 2?
I have not.
See, that's the problem. You haven't seen 1 and 2. That's why. Denzel don't give me the. Now, I don't want nobody to get mad with me when I say this.
Okay.
He don't give me the old wrinkled individual that it's time to sit down. He don't give me that. He still, got a little spiciness to him where he could play these characters and still get away with it. Now Harrison Ford look like he just need to be on the porch out in the country on his swing with his wife, sipping on coffee or some tea or something. Now he give me that.
Now
But
his wife's
Denzel don't
actually
give me
20
that.
years younger, so
Huh?
his wife's actually 20 years younger than him.
Well, she need to say, babe, look, it's time. It's over.
Yeah. This kind of gives me
let it go.
the series Taken vibes.
Uh-huh.
Liam Neeson.
You know, I love me some Liam. I'm not gonna talk about him now.
No.
I love him.
Of course.
Ooh, I love that man. He play his movies.
It's the same movie over and over, though.
It don't matter. I'm gonna watch him. I love the tone of his voice and everything.
Oh Lord!
Now
right.
I would go probably because I'm not a fan of celebrities. I could care less if I walk past a celebrity and act like they not even there because I don't care about all that. But I will go see him because he my dude. He give me what I be looking for in action. He give it to me every time. I give him an A+ every time.
The same action over and over.
Listen, I don't care, but he boxes the kids. That's all that matters to me. He do his thing. So I don't know what to tell you.
So that one's an equal on that one.
Okay.
For the equalizer. Okay, so what about Saw 10?
Okay, now let's talk about this. Let's just talk about this.
Let's go.
Okay. I've seen most of all the Saws or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And to me, you talking about that Liam is like all the same. Saw is all the same. He chopping somebody's head off, jigsaw, puzzles, and all this stuff. All of the same.
But they change it up a little.
Yeah, okay. T90 bit.
Yeah.
He laying up in the bed in the back of that curtain.
One of them, it wasn't him, right? Or something. It turned out to be somebody else. But he was
back there laying in that bed behind that curtain like he got 10 more breaths to take and he out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to let it go. Now, all these different Saw 10, how many more he got in him?
I think he's got more because this one looks really good. I've seen excerpts from some of them, and I would say since this is coming out very close to October, I might go see it. So it's a yay on my part.
But to me,
this one is great.
It's a maybe for me. It's a maybe.
It's a revenge movie.
Oh, I understand that.
Gets revenge on the people from the hospital that he was at, or something like that. Spoilers. Sorry, spoilers.
Okay, answer this question.
The trailer looks really good. It looks really good.
Okay, so go see it, right?
Okay.
You're going to go see it, and you're going to tell me about it. So answer this question. Question. For an individual who thought of this foolishness,
right?
Chopping people's hands, heads, and you got to go through all these different doors and kill other people. Don't you think these people in their mind, something wrong with these people? And I understand, because to me, when you show stuff like this on TV, you just showing other people, hey, do this to a certain individual to get revenge. Because that's where all this foolishness come from, is what they see on TV.
I'll say it takes a bit of imagination and
a lot of imagination.
I don't know if it was just one person or several people kind of came up with how are we going to make the decision that they have to make in the movie. Try not to spoil this thing. So what does it have to be, and who's it going to be, and what's it going to do? And so it takes a bit of thinking to get down that process. Okay, do I think anyone could do it in real life? I don't think so.
Child, it's some dummies out there that'll try.
Some of those things that they do, it's more just a visual effect than if you were to actually do it. Could it be done? Some of them could, some of them couldn't. But I've yet to actually hear of anyone trying to be a Saw copycat. I think a lot of sociopaths will actually want their own
So how long you
stamp
think?
on stuff and their own signature of this is how I did it. So I don't know if you would see a copycat of that.
So you think? Okay, he on number 10, right?
Right.
How many he supposed to come up with then? It's time to let it go. He should be dead by now.
Well, they can keep it rolling.
He was just back there coughing in one of the 7, 8, coughing at like he can't breathe. He should be dead by now.
Right.
And he's still kicking.
The trailer is that he gets surgery. So I don't know if I'm assuming he must live from it if he keeps going. I mean, they could go with kids, grandkids of him, getting revenge on people for that. There's a lot of different ways they could keep this thing going. Get to Saw 20.
No, it comes a point in time where you just have to let it go. You done reach your number 10. Kudos to you on number 10. It's over.
As long as you can keep the scares up and the creativity up, I think it keep going.
A scare is a scare.
Right.
And they all the same, 1 through 10. You know, people gonna kill one another to try to unlock this, get out of that, move this, move that, run around the corner and scream and just all this foolishness. Right. Now, don't get me wrong, they good because I like them, but to be on number 10 is almost time. Because after a while, he should be dead anyways. He should be out of the movie. He looked like he was in his late 80s in number 8.
He was getting there.
Yeah, I mean, so it's almost time. Pass it on to the nephew or somebody.
There you go. See, like I said, we keep the movie going.
I'm just saying, but I mean, how many Saws they want out?
As many as it's making money. That's how many.
I'm waiting on you to get to my special movie that's coming out.
Okay. All right. We'll go through a few more. We've got a couple more superhero movies. The Marvels from Marvel.
Oh, you know I'm gonna go see those. You know I see those.
This one's gonna be a big old no on this one. I'm sorry.
Why you don't like action?
Okay, I'm gonna go into this, and this is why. This was looking to be early on in the process of making this movie a Captain Marvel 2 movie, which if you saw Captain Marvel back in 2019, Brie Larson played Captain Marvel. It was an okay movie. I know a lot of people were on it because a lot of stuff was changed from the comic book, but it was it was a filler between Infinity War and Endgame, which were 2 amazing movies, so it was good filler. So this was supposed to be a part 2 set back in the late 90s, so you're going to be able to hear all the late 90s music, get all the fashion, the beginning of the internet and everything. And then it got switched. They pulled 2 characters from their Disney Plus series on the streaming services and stuck those characters in with her, and now it's just called The Marvels. And in my eyes, it's just a dumpster fire. It really is. It doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really fit anything, and it's just kind of another filler movie until we get to the next phase of whatever is up for Marvel. And it's just, I don't think it's going to do very well. So it's a nay on my end.
It may be. I'm torn.
Okay. So that one's a maybe leaning towards nay. Okay. So we got Wonka. Have you heard about this movie?
No, child. I don't even think I looked at the first Wonka.
Okay. So this was, you've heard of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right?
Yes. I even watched the movie.
Okay. So this is a prequel. This is before he became Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He was just Willy Wonka. And it's interesting because they have the Oompa Loompas in there, but they didn't use a short person as an Oompa Loompa. They actually used a tall person and just made him look small for the screen. So there was a bit of controversy for that. So I don't think I'm going to be able to watch this movie.
But isn't that for children anyways?
Well, In a way, but it's more of a musical than anything. So as long as you like singing songs and enjoy
No, child. I ain't
Willy
got time for that.
Wonka, you'll love it. But
No, it's a nay for me.
so
It's
that's
a
a
nay.
2 nays on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right down the toilet on that one. And there's another movie coming up, a redo, The Color Purple.
Let me tell you,
What do you think about them redoing that?
they got my girl in there. They got Miss Fantasia. I'm a big fan of Fantasia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's going to do great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go see it. And I really think, because I know Barbie made her little coins. I know she made her coins.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But Color Purple finna get.
Oh, I think.
I can hear you.
Okay. So, do you want my take on it?
Of course, I want your take on it. Of course.
Okay. It's the same take as our lovely viewer. Color Purple was great. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Baby. Now,
Okay.
I love you, boo. But listen, I guarantee you, with Oprah being Oprah, she ain't gonna put out no anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do want your take on it, but I really think this is going to be great. What they should have left alone, they should have left Miss Barbie alone. They should have left her playing in her water on the sea in the sand, playing builder blocks, but they remade her. So,
well, I understand why they remade Barbie, but I don't understand why they remade The Color Purple.
Why did they remade Barbie?
Well, they were remaking Barbie to explain that women can be their own special self and they can be full of joy on their own and they can go into the real world and be wonderful themselves. They don't need a Ken because Ken will come in and traumatize you and destroy your little world, which is what the plot was written out to be, that Ken is in the patriarchy, which they use that word quite a bit in that movie, and he was going to destroy Barbie Land. So Barbie had to go to the real world and save it all on her own.
Child, they didn't need to make Barbie for people to know that. Everybody should know that. They should love the skin they're in, and always have your head held high, and be the best that you can be. They don't need Barbie to tell them that. Child, please, ain't nobody stop her.
Here's what I'm gonna say on that.
But wait, and plus,
go ahead.
The Barbie that they had back then was very petite. The one they have now, ain't she thick fish?
No, I don't think they have a thick Barbie yet.
She's skinny?
Yeah, still skinny. There's different
okay.
variations, but yeah, I believe she's still skinny.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to say to this. Barbie needs Ken like Ken needs Barbie. I think for as long as they've been out, it's been associated those two are together. So I don't think you could have one without having the other now.
Allegedly to make the movie, but I mean they don't need neither one.
I mean,
just going on about your business.
They wouldn't have had that movie if Ken wasn't there.
Right. I give you that.
In a way, they should realize.
But don't Barbie get more publicity than Ken?
No. One of the main songs is I'm Just Being a Ken or something like that. And that actually went to, I think, number 2 on the Billboard or something like that. People were loving it. They were doing TikToks to it and everything. I'm just a Ken or whatever it is.
Well, I ain't stuck no Barbie, I ain't stuck no Ken. My grandbaby won't even go. I mean, no, she probably ain't gonna go. No. She may go. She love Barbie. She may sit down and watch that. I have to ask her that.
Okay. So let's see. Any other movies we think we might want to go see?
No, that's enough. Just leave it at Color Purple, cause we gonna cause Color Purple Color Purple gonna shake the audience.
All right. It comes out around Christmas, I believe. So we'll see how
Yes.
that does.
Yes.
And yeah, just check your local theaters. Some of those movies are running right now, and some of them will be coming out soon, and you can get your tickets. And this Sunday is actually movie theater day, and a lot of theaters are doing $4 movies. So if you want to save on tickets and go to those movies, this Sunday, August 27th, they'll be doing that. So have fun with that.
I know that's right.
So we're going to move on to some more winners and losers of actually last night. Did you happen to get to see the Republican debate last night?
No, child. No.
Oh, well, that's just great because I actually sat and watched it.
Child, I was watching House Hunters. I had to watch House Hunters. Shoot.
All right. I will give a very, very fast roundup of what happened and how everything went down.
Okay, make it fast.
Okay. All right. We're going on there. So it was at the wonderful Pfizer Forum up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go Wisco. It had 8 Republican members who are trying to get the presidential nomination for that party.
Correct.
My losers of the night were Asa Hutchinson. Don't know where he's coming from. Don't know where he's going. He's just there. I don't really know what he was doing. He never really put out what he was trying to accomplish with anything. So he just keep on moving. Next, I would say former Governor Chris Christie. He tried to pick a fight with almost everybody. Talked about how he was governor 13 years ago and basically just said that he thought everything he was doing was right. Don't really know what he's trying to do or change. So again, that's in the losing bin. Good night. Let's see, who else did we have? We had, amazingly, someone who surprised me was Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina. I've seen him before. I like what he has to say on things. He did a wonderful rebuttal to one of the State of the Union several years ago. But he came out to the forum and he kind of had a lot of just prepared statements. You could see him kind of trying to remember what he was supposed to say and how he was supposed to say it, so much that a few of the statements he actually kind of messed up a little. And one example, when he said Illinois twice when he was trying to name states on one of his answers. So you could see he was like trying really hard to try to keep it all there, but it really didn't elevate him at all. So those are the losers. Some of the guys who just made it through. Actually, one more loser I'm going to throw in there. Former Vice President Mike Pence. Okay, he sounded like the old man on a porch yelling at kids down the street.
How old he is? How old is he?
Pence? Let me see. I can look this up real quick. But he's getting up there because he was a former governor of, I believe, Indiana. He is 64 years old. So he would be about 65, 66 if he were to make it to the presidency. He seemed to just be arguing with everybody and seemed to have this entitlement of standing up there and saying, well, if you ask people who should be up here, everyone would say, I should be up here and I should be taking this. And it didn't really explain what he plans on doing. Something about this debate was a big part. Donald Trump wasn't there. He wasn't flinging bombs at people and getting all the attention and sucking all the air out of the room. So this was really a debate where you could actually see these candidates. Some of them you may not have even known, and they could have connected with you. And those losers, they did not connect with anybody. They just didn't really put any message out. So your equals who didn't really get a yay or nay, that would be North Dakota Governor Brogdon, I believe is his name. A real surprise. Didn't even know this guy was running. Saw a commercial right before the debate, And he actually broke his leg playing pickup basketball that day in Wisconsin. So he was lucky enough to even make it to the debate. But he had a lot of good answers, and he had a lot of stuff that makes you think. One of the great things was he was following the Constitution on a lot of stuff, and trying to not be with the big party. He had his own message to kind of put out. Another thing that hit him pretty well was he grew up in a town of 300. He knows what small towns like. He used that phrase several times, and he kind of explained how to get from small town to bigger town to big city and to governor. And he did a pretty good job, and I think he's going to boost his number a little bit. My next was Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, former South Carolina representative, I believe, and former ambassador to the UN. She kind of just came out fighting everybody. She was fighting her own party at one time. Her first answer where she just blamed everybody for spending so much money and creating the debt. And it kind of just made you think of she's the mama bear who just wants to beat you down and tell you what she's doing is right and you need to learn it. And it was really a little unsettling. So not sure how I don't think she lost any of her support, but I don't think she gained any support out of it either. So she was kind of a mince. So let's see, that was 1, 2, 3. Trying to think if I forgot anybody there. The winners for the night, there were 2. Give honorable mention to Vivek Ramaswamy. I know you probably never heard of the name, but a lot of people were probably looking him up today because he was just hitting a lot of shots at people. He's a younger guy, just turned 38, I believe he said, and is only voted in 2 elections. But man, he was so quick to jump on answers with stuff. It seemed like he was leading the crowd and everybody else was watching. And people didn't know whether to answer after him or not. And it was really like, okay, this guy's got my attention. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got my attention. So I think a lot of people are going to be watching him. One commentator said that he's polarizing, but it's not a bad thing. Some people, he's going to get some new people to like him, but he's going to get some new people to hate him. And it was, a breath of fresh air because he's not a politician. He's an entrepreneur. He's coming from the world of business, hasn't really run anything governmental. So maybe that's something some people want to look for now. I don't know. And then your big winner was Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor. He stood in the middle of that stage and was almost invisible. And the fact that everybody else was taking shots at everybody else, and he kind of stood there and delivered on all his remarks, hit all his points he was supposed to be hitting, made some great remarks, some that I was so on.
He should have fell off the stage.
Oh, you have an opinion on him?
I can't stand that man.
Why can't you stand that man?
Child, please. All of them get up there and lie just to get nominated, just to get people votes. We all should know that because that's what they do. Mm. Some do follow up with what they say, but not all the time. They go tell they Cinderella story to get your attention and to get your vote. But by the time they get in the seat, they turn around and do what they want to do.
Well, he's done pretty much what he said he wanted to do here in Florida.
Well, so some things he shouldn't have done in Florida. I ain't going to get on that.
I don't know what he's going to do if he makes it to the presidency, but he seemed like he was going to be a little more level-headed with the presidency, so that was interesting to hear. But he was there, and he's the number 2 guy that has a decent amount of support at 15%. And everybody was just taking shots at everybody else. Nobody was really taking shots at him. And he was able to just stand there and just lay everybody else out. He looked more like a presidential candidate than anybody else. So I think he was the clear winner. But I think you can definitely start looking up Ramaswamy, Brogum, and Nikki Haley might hang around for a little bit. The rest of them, I really think it was brutal on them. They did not look good. So that was my take on the debate. We do have a comment here. I want to hear more from RFK Jr. Well, that's going to be on the Democratic side. So if they hold a Democratic debate, we will cover it. We'll get the analysis and we'll deliver it to you when we get that. If you do want to hear more just from RFK Jr., he does have a X account, formerly Twitter. He's on there and he posts up daily about stuff. You can check him out and read his comments there and see if you like him, hate him, or want to learn even more about him. He's a pretty interesting character, I will say that. So any analysis you want to bring to the table on that?
Child, I ain't got time for that foolishness.
My gosh.
We gonna see. Let's do the Democratic debate, and then we'll analyze both and see where we go from there.
Well, you gonna wheelchair Joe Biden up there because he ain't going up there on his own.
Ja, it's time for Joe Biden to sit it on down. He just need to get his 401k and let it go. Yes. He need to let it go. It's over. It's over. Why is he still around here flying around everywhere trying to be a president? Just sit down somewhere. You only got a few more years and you up out of here.
Well, do you know where he's at? Do you know where he's at right now?
No, I don't care.
He's vacationing in Lake Tahoe at a millionaire's house.
How old is it, Joe Biden?
He's 80.
Okay, it's over. They shouldn't even let him run again.
Well, they're going to
sit down, roll around in your grass, and smoke your cigars, and just sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody got time for no 80-year-old. It's almost over. Let it go. It's over. Enjoy life. That's it. Because you only got a couple more years and you done. You know?
Well, then we get Kamala.
Right. Whatever. But it's time for him to let it go. If you over 80, enjoy life.
That was one of the questions they brought up last night was, do you think that a president would need a test for aptitude and physical function and everything? And a lot of them said yeah.
So, I agree. It's time for Joe to go. Time for Joe to go.
So
this man in his 80s, why is he holding on?
Because he's got to hold on. Everybody else is making money off of him.
No, he got enough money to sit down somewhere, retire. You still gonna get a cute little penny every month, anyways, because you were a president. So yearly, however they give it to him, let it go. Enjoy life. Go spend time with your little grandchildren. They probably run around somewhere being bad anyway, and let it go. So
yeah, the retirement package for a president is actually a lot better than the retirement package for a Burger King.
Thank you. So let it go. It's over. You in your 80s. Go swing on a chair and hold your grandkids while you can. Sure. You know that man old.
So that was a great show. We're wrapping up now. There is a great economic forum summit right now in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. A lot of rich people up there. So I'm going to try to get my eyes on there and see if I see any good cars or anything that I can scoop up. It might have some details on that if anything comes out of that. They're going to be concluding over the next couple days. So it'll be interesting to watch. Any quote of the night?
Yes. Quote of the night is, be honest with yourself in order for you to be honest with someone else. That's all I got to say. Me and Anthony, we greatly appreciate each and every one that stopped by, tune in, give a comment, statement. So don't forget, tell a friend. Y'all tell a friend. Tell an associate. Tell somebody you hate. We don't care. tell them to subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment. Let us know what we can do better. We're not going to be offended. It's me and Anthony. We take heed to a lot of stuff. We don't care. But we greatly appreciate those that commented on tonight and any other podcast that we posted. We greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, when we get to 50 subscribers, we want to give away our nice gift. We tired of holding on to it. We want to see who's going to win this thing. And I say thank you and good night. What about you, Anthony?
Well, that was very insightful. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been our sponsor. Number one, Mayor Cycle Parts. Thank you for sponsoring our show, keeping us going each week. Always great. You can see their eBay store page and their email, if you wish to contact them, is right there. To everybody watching right now, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, supporting us through this. We're slowly building. I think we've been here about 2 months now. So if you're watching this one, we have a whole bunch of shows. You can watch us from the start and see how we got better and how we got worse. And feel free to comment on anything you see. If you something you like, something you don't like, if you want to ask us a question, go for it. And I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We're on every Thursday night around 8-ish. Be sure to subscribe. That way you get that notification. There's no fee for subscribing. Everybody, thank you on Rumble for viewing us. We will be posting these videos to Rumble, and hopefully we'll be going live on Rumble very soon. You guys are phenomenal. There's a lot of views, a lot of likes, a couple of hates, but it's all good. Feel free to comment on the Rumble videos too. If somebody on there can see anything with us that you think you'd like to know about or comment on, feel free to do it there. We just want to build this community up. It's really for you guys. We love talking about stuff, and we love talking about it with you guys. So feel free to engage with us anytime. And Vernell, anything else for tonight?
We love you for free, and good night.
All right. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here.